Hello, divine beings. How are you doing? I'm excited to be here because I've just done this Love Has Changed You Forever, a really profound reading. Before that, I'd done You Are a Winner, really profound reading. And this is the third one of the cycle that I've been guided to do today. And it is the Buffalo Spirit coming out of the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. The Buffalo from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck is my favourite card in the whole deck. It talks about the buffalo spirit. I don't know if you know about the buffalo story, where the buffalo one day just changes from color to color and color and color in line with the chakras, and it ascends. It's a very ancient story about the white buffalo, the spirit of the buffalo, the power of the buffalo. The buffalo is one of the most profound, strong, righteous, sovereign, divine, pure animals you'll ever come across. And there's a ethereal element to the story as well, where as it ascends through colors, right, rainbow colors of like chakra colors, from red to yellow to orange to green to blue to purple to crown pink. There's ascension afoot here. The most profound, divine. I'm connecting with gods and goddesses for sure. I'm connecting with light workers, those that worship the divine, those that pray, Wiccas, witches, spiritualists of all kinds, loads of you guys that read tarot, star seeds. I'm connecting with the really, really high spiritualist. So I want to know what God sent me here to do today, and what it is that I'm guided to share and discuss with you, because clearly there's a message that needs to come out about what you've been through. I think you need to be recognized. I want to recognize you today. That's the main thing, because you can't not recognize the buffalo. First card out, Libra. Second card out, Pisces. Libra dealing with a Pisces. Libra divorcing a Pisces, letting a Pisces go, running away from a Pisces. Yeah. I'm going to hold that there. A load of other messages are going to come out. This is a collective reading, so stay with me here. Looking at a masculine as well. This is interesting. I wasn't expecting this. I spoke all about spirituality. Remember, the underlying context of this reading is about spirituality and you ascending in line with your God and Goddess destinies, your archangels, your passed on loved ones. This is a real ascension reading. But straight away, before we can even get there, I'm being guided to speak to you now about a relationship you have to run away from. Marriage boot camp cards out as well, so I know it's serious. Running away from a commitment. Running away. Because a money heist is out. Someone trying to steal all your money going into the wrong place. You could be running away from a career, running away from a social group. Someone was taking all of your money. Love's coming out as well. Intuitively, you couldn't do what you loved. You were stuck in a connection, a community, a social group, a working environment that was just cycling through toxic cycles over and over again. You had to move away from overly emotional people that were keeping you in a relationship. Every now and then you wanted to do your own thing. Every now and then you might say, I need a break, I want to break up. And then this person would cry. This person would have a breakdown. This person will go into shadow. This person will go through dark night of the soul, and they will drag you back into the cycle, making you feel like you love them, offering you your favorite things. Family or friends, I can resonate. When you're weak and you're low, right? And people can prey on you, yeah? Because I can see it as my spiritualist here, my light worker here. Every time you were strong and powerful and forthright, you were fine. They wouldn't question you. But the moment you started to have kinks in your armor, become a little bit emotional and weak and vulnerable, they would immediately then prey on you, and that would break you down. And you would give in again, go back to this career, go back to this social group, give this person money again, invest in this, invest in that. And as a result, you were just cycling around something that was never working. You're picking your head up, carrying on, going through it again and again, but you're struggling. Could have been dealing with a Virgo as well. A stormy connection here with a Virgo. Going through phases, moon cycles with a Virgo as well. Or an earth sign here, so that's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Feeling like you're getting out of prison. getting out of a working obligation or situation, getting out of a toxic family situation, and finally becoming bulletproof. I think someone came into the arena, came into your energy, somewhat masked and hidden. Wow, I love when I do readings like this. The energy, like I've had these cards for years. I've made these cards myself. And sometimes when I come over here, it's fascinating how the story tells itself, because I see stuff in the cards I've never seen before. And that's when you know Spirit's really working for you and your clairvoyance is high, because I'm looking at a bulletproof connection underneath the notebook card. So this is the lovers. So I'm looking at a loving connection, yeah, that has stemmed and risen up and come towards you because you were constantly causal looping in a toxic situation, which I mean repeating the same cycles over and over again, going into dark night of the soul and shadow vibrations, because every time you were weak and vulnerable and you weren't strong and in high vibes, people were predatory and coming in and taking from you, taking your money, taking your abundance, taking your wealth, family eating off of you, feeding off of you. Intuitively you knew it. Intuitively, they saw when you were weak and down, and they would come in really light-handed in ways that they have since the start of time, feeding off of you. Then you wonder why you've got less, you wonder why you've got less energy, you wonder why you're weak, you're back in this relationship again, you're back hanging around with these people again, but you've let them go 20 million times already. 2020, you pulled away from loads of people because COVID forced it, and you realized who you were in that now moment. You changed and evolved in that now moment. You woke up. COVID saved you, I want to say. Sorry to anyone that's lost family members and saw the struggle of COVID, but COVID saved many of us. COVID saved me. The pandemic was beautifully planned out to help me ascend in this lifetime. I'll say that. You also benefited. Because in those periods of isolation and time alone and away from this bubble and this ecosystem, this network, you could really see the players in the game and what was positive and negative. And when energies came back into your atmosphere, into your ecosystem again, you realize what level of negativity or positivity it had and how it impacted the rest of your ecosystem. Someone, I've never seen this card like this, Seven of Swords catfish. Someone's come into your energy, your ecosystem, your network, your social group, your family. Could be like, in my head, I'm getting someone who lives in the States and I'm seeing family gatherings. You know, when you make a little bubble and everyone starts networking. Someone's managed to get into your network, a neighbor or a friend of a friend. They were on their own, so they came in and joined your network. They connected with you. You didn't really know them. They played it down low key. But them being present in your network shifted the whole ecosystem. And then you started to realize, oh my gosh, this person is providing or transmuting negative energy and helping me see the light through something super toxic. I think this is the first time you've met another conduit of energy, another light worker, another starseed who is generally a starseed. Everyone else in your network, someone's blatantly hustling you for money, clear as day. So you're paying for your husband, your wife, your kids, your family and friends, all the bills, whatever it is, you're being shagged out of money over and over again, paying for other people. You tried to get away from this time and time again, but something pulled you back in and your money's down again, you're struggling again. You can't speak up. This person that's in the network as well, who's come in as like a guiding light, helping you in secret, they're not speaking to you. They're not even looking at you. Maybe they just give you a side eye. They don't say too much because the communication's blocked between you and this other light worker. But as this communication's blocked between the other light worker, you're looking at a lineup of people that are guilty by association, people forging documents, I even want to say. Forced ledgers, forced lies. So people could be signing checks with your name on it, sending emails and documents and signing things in your name, and family and friends using your bank statements and emails and a lot of digital stuff like that, digital communication, acting like they're speaking on your behalf, using your name. Like in America, you could put your child on your tax returns or some kind of all of that kind of stuff, birth certificates and business and whose name's on the house, all of that kind of stuff's here. And you were definitely being used for your good credit, I feel. Even your popularity or your appearance in the 3D, yeah? I'll use your name because that will bring me some leverage here. Someone without even speaking. That's how you know you're connected to high spirit. When you meet another god, another goddess, another deity, another light worker, another starseed who's truly aligned, they ain't got to really speak to you. All they got to do is look at you, and the eye contact's enough for you to know. Eye contact speaks so much. Could have been dealing with a negative Capricorn in the energy. Really negative Capricorn, dirty, really rude words coming out of the Capricorn's mouth. Detached from emotions, this Capricorn was. Blocking your blessings. I see a new child, a new birth. So could be an actual child coming into this world, or a new idea that was ready to birth, but it was blocked because there was a Capricorn in the vibration who was numbing it and drying up the, I want to say drying up the revenue, drying up the exchange. Weird way for me to talk over here, but I'm balancing out my new lifestyle. So in another way to say that, my point is, drying up your abundance, your prosperity, your health, your wholeness, your love and light was getting sucked dry because of a lower vibrational energy. It may not have been a Capricorn, but it's an energy of vindictiveness, deceit. They're only in it for their own come up. They're only in it for what they want. They don't truly love and care for you. They don't even truly love and care for themselves. They're in it for sabotage and control. This person was a real controlling person who actually, them being in your proximity and around you, was actually stripping you of your destiny, stripping you of your emotions. It was making you cold. It was making you potentially do illegal things, criminal activity. It was encouraging you to move away from love and light, wholeness, emotional healing. It encouraged you to numb your true emotions. It brought out the darker nature within inside of yourself and your psyche, and it made you turn into a bit of a gangster, a hustler. I'm not going to say a con man or a con woman, but a little bit get that energy. You were getting encouraged to be a con artist. So someone saying, sign your name on this tax return, sign your name on this, send this email, do this. If you reach out to this person and do that and that, then you'll get this out of it. And you would, but it was from a cunning nature. And then suddenly, I assume that you was getting more and more broke from what the cards coming out now. Things started to burn down to the ground. Things weren't working out well. Spiritually, you were unaligned. Your strength was no longer what it used to be. You weren't playing fair, and actually, your reality started to reflect that. You were in balance with the feminine vibration. Feminine, you could have been in balance with a female energy, a feminine that you lived with, but more importantly, the feminine principles of yourself were now really fractured. That emotional and that emotional sense of self, that true love, the emotional body that you have within inside of you, that whoever this energy is, and there's loads of them here, 1, 2, 3, 6 people I see. At least 6 people involved in this. One key player bringing in a con artist energy, and as a result, you've moved away from the feminine principle. You've broken the positive mirror relationship you were building with yourself. It's if you've done mirror work, spirituality, meditation, mindfulness, you stopped doing all of that. You saw it as a bit of hocus pocus stupidness, and you started to really go on a negative energy. Now I'm looking at the Purge card. In the past, if you've watched the movies Purge, you would never agree to purge. If we were living in the world of the Purge, all your life, you was one of those people that would stay in your house and close up your doors and board every single door and wait for the 20 hours to be over and wait for the alarm to go. When you started hanging around with this person, connecting with this social group with these darker cunning ideas, craving money, abundance, riches, popularity, clout, you were now really, really ready to go out every single purge night and kill everyone. And you had a long list of all the people, you and this whole network had a whole list of people who you were going out to kill. Finally, it's purge night. I'm coming for these people. I've got these weapons. Obviously, that's metaphorically speaking. Obviously, the purge isn't even real. But do you get the context? That's not who you are at all. That's never who you've ever been. You've stayed in your house, you've stayed humble, you've stayed low-key, you've shut down your blinds, you've had serious security around your whole house, ecosystem, social community, friendship group, network. No one could get in during the purge night. Suddenly now, you're actually out on the streets purging people. You're the people that everyone's running away from in fear. That's never been you. But something happened in your reality, thank God. And it's like that person got burned. Whoever came in and gave you the eye still looking at me now, staring at me, this side eye, gave you the eye, they burn whoever this was. Now I'm looking at Equalizer card. What a beautiful reading. This deck's so fucking sick. Now I'm looking at Denzel Washington and the Equalizer. What does he do? He equalizes shit out. Hardcore movies, 1 and 2, savage in the fucking game. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm so excited. Sorry. But I mean, that's my energy. I'm overjoyed. I want to scream. What do you see when you look at me is what the card says as well. Something significant could have happened in September the 26th I'm looking at. Also, the moving training day is also standing out to me here on this card and this image. So maybe go and check that out. You was in training. Spiritual training. And whilst you was in spiritual training, I'm getting double agent in my head. Sometimes you've got to be a double agent. For a little piece of time, a little window of time, you was getting coerced. I don't even want to talk about real world politics over here. Thankfully, I've split the channel up so I can be a little bit more free over here now. Because this is all spirituality stuff and not real world events and politics. So I can actually say Russia and England. And I can say that, for example, for a little piece of time, energetically, you can look at being a double agent for two countries that are at war against each other. You're playing both sides. You're playing Ukraine and Russia. Got to be careful. That's highly dangerous for even me to say over here casually with the work I do in my career now. So the truth of the matter is, you've got to be incredibly smart. You were incredibly smart. Wow. I feel like you might have went to some spiritualist. You might have went to a coven, a social group. You might have travelled to an occult climate. Yeah. For me, like indigenous shamanism, you can connect with loads of different people in the community. But I see a coven of witches, light workers. You can get that in any form. You can get that in a social group. You can get that in a WhatsApp chat. WhatsApp chats are covens. Yeah. Close. What's it called? Instagram close groups. They're also covens. Do you get what I mean? It's anyone who gets together and has the same agenda, shares ideas and speaks and communicates. What's speaking? Spells, sings, rhymes, lyrics, whatever it is. It's all the same thing. That's what a coven is in modern day. So either way, luckily you had 4 people to guide you, especially with that one person giving you the eye, and it's shifted your vibration. It's moved you into a lighter era. Yeah? You've now stepped into God energy for real. God or goddess energy as well. That eye's out again. That eye made you see that the air wasn't fresh and that you was moving in a really toxified environment where you was prevented from growing. And the lies around you weren't little, they were humongous lies. More and more lies, more and more deceit, dealing with a negative Sagittarius as well in reverse here. And you had to make a choice because you were blocked. You were blocked, your throat chakra was blocked, you were back and forth, toxic cycles playing out here. Real negative energy, I see. OMG. And that's the story of the buffalo as well, because I've come in here speaking about spiritual enlightenment. Didn't know we were going to go so into the 3D reality of how you're so spiritual or what's occurred, but we are all 3D beings. It's not just love and light all the day and singing Tibetan bowls. We have real life. You've been through hell in your business in Korea. But now, 10th house energy, yeah, you're recognizing this. You've recognized exactly what's going on in this ecosystem, in this community, in this life cycle. You've had to go through the Gemini man cycle. Oh, I love it. Do you get like the Gemini man cycle and the Harriet Tubman cycle? Let me tell you what that means. These are also recommendations. So you want to go and watch the Equalizer and realize that you are Denzel Washington in the Equalizer. You are Denzel in Training Day, but you're also Will Smith in Gemini Man. You seen Gemini Man? He's taking on the clone version of himself, the AI version of himself. He's also being burnt again. Remember, he's kind of getting burnt. They're trying to write him off. They're trying to kill him, low-key. Remember, someone's stealing from you, dwindling your money, using your name and forging checks and emails and signatures and all of this evil shit. Trying to sway you into a con artist direction. Trying to get you to leverage everything you do have on the dark web, on the dark side. So you had to take on your younger version of self. This could have been a sibling that looks like you, may I even add. If you got a twin, then definitely you were at war with your twin. Someone who's just as inept, as wise, as articulate as you. Someone that you didn't even know existed. but they're literally, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting like long lost brother, long lost sister energy. You had no idea that you had another sibling or someone so aligned to you. Obviously, this is not going to be for everyone. The overall message is taking on another element of yourself. But for some of you, I'm grounding this in the truth that you've got a brother or a sister or a sibling that looks like you that you didn't even know you had. Twins. I just read an article on Instagram, conveniently enough, about this man who has given his sperm over in between 500 to 600 times. He has got 600 children walking around town from his sperm all over the place. Imagine the incest that's going to come from that. This man, there's a limit of 25 sperm releases allowed. This guy's dodged the legal requirements, lied to families and parents, and he's just throwing his seed out to everyone. You're only allowed to give out your seed 25 times, mate. You've given out your seed over 500 times. That means there's 500 versions of you walking around town. What is the likelihood, and in the same borough and state that you're from as well? So imagine that whole state is going to be full of him. In 2 decades, there's going to be one of him on every street. Scary. And that's going to be Incest Village. I didn't even look whereabouts he came from. I'm going to go back and follow that article for the next 20 years and find out how they're going to monitor all of this and make sure everyone's not sleeping with each other by accident, producing incest babies. I don't know. I don't want to say anything too rude or wrong, but do you get the point there? You're walking through a world of enlightenment. Third eye's out. A wanderer. Have you ever seen Dispatches from Elsewhere? I believe it's on Amazon, but I could be wrong. I don't remember even where I've watched it, but I definitely watched it. It's incredibly profound. Dispatches from Elsewhere. Even the way the TV series starts, there's a narrator who comes on the screen at the beginning, and they take you on a journey. It is very, very. It's a little bit sci-fi, very spiritual, very mythical. It's incredibly insightful tale. I would encourage all of you to go and watch it. It's got a therapy stance to it as well, highly educational. It's got Andre 3000 in it. It's got a quite well-known cast as well. If you go and look at it, you'll see straight away. Go and Google that, yeah? A real recommendation. Loads of recommendations for you guys today, so don't be bored over the bank holiday weekend, which we're actually going to be coming out of by the time this drops. So, I mean, when you need something to do, go and watch that stuff, okay? Really insightful. Dispatches from Elsewhere, yeah? I think I haven't finished the series either, so I'm going to go and watch that. But let's finish your reading first, right? Full moon's out. By the full moon, you're letting go of any attachment to the physical body that's not serving you now. When I say that, let me be incredibly clear. If you've had attachments to the material world, your appearance, your looks, your the things that you wear. I mean, I'm getting sunglasses in my head, I'm getting glasses in my head, so the way in which you dress, I've got to go out, get my shades on, the weather's getting nicer, everyone's trying to pull out their favourite glasses, favourite hair, favourite wig, favourite lashes, nails done, jewellery, like all the physical bullshit really, the name brand clothes, the Gucci handbag, all the stuff that's been putting a strain on your life, taking money out of your pocket over and over again. You're done with it. You're not living up to social standards and following a protocol that's not true to you, because there's cracks in the foundation. You're going out with all these people, turning up with all these social groups, and 48 hours afterwards, 48 hours before, your energy's off, you're feeling awkward, and you don't know why, because you're trapped in an ecosystem or a vibration that's truly not aligned to you. These people are not helping you ascend. Over and over again, they've been encouraging you to do downright dirty, sinful things. Could be dealing with an Aries who's been offering you love, but the love hasn't been genuine. A Leo as well in a relationship who hasn't helped you in any way whatsoever, actually part and parcel with this group. An Aries was offering you fake love, whereas a Leo was encouraging you to commit to a social group that was really lacking in social standards. And this person could have been your karmic, keeping you in karmic debt. There could have been 3 of you in a relationship all dating. If you're like in a polyamorous or you're all living together, I see a Leo and Aries living with you, manipulating you, potentially lying to you as well. Taurus is out now, so dealing with a Taurus, or you could be a Taurus, or a Taurus could be the third party in this situation. Yeah, 9th house, but spiritually you're ascending, you're evolving now. Crown chakra energy. third quarter. We're now in the first quarter. So we're talking about over the next 3 to 4 weeks of all of this illusion, all of this confusion gone. Because we're looking at Hangover, the movie now, where you wake up and you don't remember what's happened, and you've got to check your pockets, you've got to check everything to find out what's going on. Where's all my money gone? Where's all the shit that was here? Like, everyone's stolen this? Like, hold on, wait, there was loads of stuff here, it's gone. Oh, I don't know who's taking it. There was loads of money in this account, where's it gone? Oh, I don't know. Who signed this document? Who done this? Who done that? Who's doing this? Where's the government said they sent me a letter about this? Where's that? Nothing can be seen. What is going on here? Demons coming to the surface. The numbers are not adding up. I'm now looking at a second house energy, and it's zooming in on numbers and stats, and it's a magnifying glass over details, fine print. There's something in the fine print that's been showing you who people are. I've got friends card coming out in reverse. These are not really friends. I've got housewife in reverse. These are really not your husband or your wife or your lover or your friends. They can't be. Too much negative energy sparking a change. Yeah, you got up and you walked away, whether you were ready or not, whether you didn't know what was coming for you in the future, but you had this ethereal vibration, this Cancer energy coming forward, where emotionally you knew, yeah, I can see now, I can see through the illusion. It's all invisible to me, but I at least I can speak here. It's like you know, the tongue's a little bit trapped, but you know enough to know something is off. The ledger is not weighing up. There is disingenuous energy afoot here, and I can see it. It's right in front of my face. This is Bird Box, but I still see you. You know, Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, one of the biggest things on Netflix to come out over the last 3 years. Really recognised. And her eyes are covered. She's carrying children with her, getting Kali Ma energy in my head as well. Yeah, carrying others with you, but you still can't see. How profound. Yep, it's over now. 999. The last reading I put out as well about the love of all time, and the one before that, the winner, 999 was coming out. Yep, it's over. This is burnt now. I want us to talk about burning bridges. I want to talk about it just like now I've got still waters run deep. Okay, and I'm getting all these visions in my head about bridges being burnt, but then I'm also getting still waters run deep, but in reverse. So, profound. Okay, so I'm looking at fire raging. The bridge is burning down, yeah? Now, when there's an apocalypse, when there's a war, when there's a chance that something negative can cross the bridge and infiltrate the land, you have to make a sacrifice. You've been told time and time again, you can't burn this bridge, because if you burn this bridge, you're going to fall into the water that runs deep. But actually, you've gone and you've experimented and you've explored the divine, you've explored the higher realms and the dimensions, and you've realized, whoa, I've never actually stepped into this water. When I step into this water, it only goes up to my ankles. So all the years we've been traveling over this bridge, not wanting to fall into the water only goes up to my ankles. It's not deep. So we don't even need a bridge. Moreover, the water's clean. The water's purified. We should be in here. This is incredible. Because I just spoke in the love reading before this about how everyone was looking for that purity pool in the movie Time Trap, where everyone's trying to get to the, what is it called? It's like hot springs. You've got a bridge over hot springs. That's what I'm getting. How profound is this reading? You don't want to burn the bridge because you're scared to go into the water, but the water's hot springs. It's the infinite well. So you've been lied to all your life by all of these people who they've lied to you because they like the industrial revolution of it all. They like the look of the bridge. They like being the governors of the bridge. If you've got a toll gate, yeah, we're talking about the Channel crossing now a little bit. Everyone's trying to travel out of London, UK, England, and go to France. They've got to wait for ages at Calais. Yeah? Since we've come out of the EU, we've got real problems. So much congestion charge. People got to pay more. Everyone gets a job. Everyone gets to run the checks. But the truth of the matter is, we don't even need the bridge. Everyone should be coming here and diving into the springs, playing and frolicking, dancing, fairies, angels, face paints, parties, festivals. We should be having a fucking Burning Man Coachella event on this fucking water. It's the springs. We've just discovered hot springs, and we've just realised there's been a massive industrial bridge running across the hot springs. And the mirror that the industrial bridge reflects onto the springs makes the hot spring look dirty and mucky and evil and bad. But now the bridge is burning down. Oh my God. All the chemicals and evil congestion that was on top of the bridge pouring into the springs was making the springs look awful and evil and bad. Now it's all gone. Now it's all washed away. Guess what we see? It's a buffalo. It's a buffalo spirit. It's hot springs. Now there's vegetation. Now there's plants and tulips and roses and lavender and herbs and rosemary. Everything's growing authentically around the hot springs like it was destined to be. There's even crystals and diamonds and butterflies and dragonflies, grasshoppers, animals all over the land. Suddenly bunny rabbits and birds of all kinds, swans and ducks and rabbits all over the fucking springs and all around the land. So all of this time, you were out here believing in something that was a mirage, a negative construct, an illusion. Nothing but a fraudulent, dishonest, self-sabotaging construct that we all know too well in the 3D. I'm trying to find nice words and I haven't got them, and I feel like, oh my God, find a nice word quick because I'm being so harsh. But that's the truth. Because that's what the 3D is like most of the time when you're working in different arenas, especially if this is a corporate situation, any job really. Any job in the 3D, when you've got a social network that's not spiritual and not ascending, and who are encouraging you to move away from emotional truth, there's no space for emotion at work. Well, okay, then we're all going to have shit well-being then. We're all going to fucking hate our lives then. No space for emotions. So I've woken up feeling depressed and shit, but I've got to come in and act like I'm great and feeling amazing. All right, might as well fucking die right here then at the office desk. Because what's left? 3D card coming out again, followed by 222, followed by hangover, followed by countdown, followed by throat chakra, third eye energy. So it's followed by the 8 of Pentacles screaming, this is it now. You're awakened to the truth now. You see the truth now. It's over. Thank God it is over. Whatever you've been through, it's over. You know the buffalo. You know you were lied to. You know that this is the hot springs. There's been a bridge on the hot springs. There's been some kind of illusion, some kind of mask, some kind of toxic chemicals that have been placed all over the hot springs. So when you look at the hot springs from a distance, it looks like the movie Annihilation. It looks like, oh my gosh, it's awful, it's evil. Oh my gosh. The truth of the matter is, remove the bridge, burn the fucking bridge down, and wow, do you see what really remains? Yeah? Because I'm talking about something in the atmosphere that is disingenuous and not ethereal, it's like fucking carbon emissions. Yeah, we've got carbon emissions everywhere. We got sewage. This is like the story as well. I used to watch this all the time growing up. Erin Brockovich with Julia Roberts. I love Julia Roberts, one of my favourite actresses of all time when I was young. I watched Erin Brockovich 100 times. I know every single word from Erin Brockovich. I think that's why I'm a bit of an activist and I do what I do. Because she stood up for what was right over and over again. If you're resonating with the story in the water and that you find real resonance in that mission, the same with like carbon emissions and toxic chemicals, go and watch Erin Brockovich. True story is based on as well. I'm going to watch that as well at some point. I have a free window of time now. And in it, People are dying of cancer. People are incredibly sick. The whole water is polluted in the area. No one's doing nothing about it. She stands up and she fights. She takes a frog out of a children's pool that's just green, and she puts it in a bag. She gets all of it checked. She does all of this hard work to save the community that she's from, because it's chemically destroyed, and everyone's telling her no, she's wrong. They can't do nothing about it. But she keeps seeing people die. She keeps seeing people ill. She's interviewing people, speaking to them. She's seeing the effects of the problem, and she's actually working on how to resolve this. I relate to this. I'm getting emotional now in my head, because I'm thinking this is the same thing I do with social media, with my social media versus reality experiment. I see what's going on. I see what's happening. I watch the news. No one's listening, but we keep fighting. We keep fighting the good fight. Thank God I watched Erin Brockovich when I was a child. I think I watched it on video. I think I watched it loads and loads of times, and hence why I'm mirroring that behaviour in the now moment. Thank you. Thank you, Julia Roberts and Erin Brockovich. Oh my gosh, that's a real revelation. So I'm going to go in with a tarot just to close out. I want to know if there's a story that you need to know, something that you need to know moving forward. Just to clarify, I think we discussed today. But this is a profound reading. We got stuck into one of the biggest decks I have, and we've just run a humongous story. Can't believe that there was a hot springs covered by an industrial bridge that was pouring so much toxicity and pollution into it, and just keeping people on the bridge's guard, just as a way to have a job and control the ecosystem. Otherwise, if the bridge is gone, loads of people are out of a job. They've got nothing to do. But that means they could live their life and go into the hot springs. Oh, they don't like hot springs. The hot springs isn't suitable for them, because certain people will go into hot springs and come out burnt. Some people don't want to get down and naked and remove their clothes and step in to be purified. People are scared of purification. So they'll rather stand on the industrial bridge screaming, it's toxic, don't go down there, it's polluted, 1 foot in that water there and you come out as a fucking swamp monster. Lies. You go in that water, you're purified, you're ascended. It's like the fucking Ganges. Yeah? Imagine putting a blanket over the Ganges saying, no one's going in, it's toxic in there. And I mean, there are a lot of conversations about the Ganges, isn't there? I mean, how much conversation? If you know about the Ganges, you know about the Ganges, mate. But the truth of the matter is, ain't no one closing down the fucking Ganges. No one can ever close the Ganges. I want to leave the reading there. I'm going to end it there. No matter how hard anyone tries, no matter how many years go by, there will probably be attempts and reasons and conversations about why we shouldn't go in the Ganges anymore, and how it's polluted and how there's so much stuff going on. But it is a spiritual space. It is a buffalo in the now moment. And we're not going to get away with it trying to tarnish and remove people from the Ganges. Because it will and forever be the Ganges. Love and light, collective.